Right, we're still on the morning rush. We had to chase away Mr. Teach because it's time for entertainment. And today we are joined by songstress Loveness Mukutiwe. She's based in the UK and flew into the country last Thursday for the Zioja Music Festival as the Legacy National Music Festival held on Friday. So she's here and she's going to bless us, I'm sure, with her beautiful melodies. And well, Loveness, welcome to Morning Rush.
Oh, thank
welcome
you.
to Zim Papers.
Thank you so much.
All right, so a lot of people would want to know more about you, but the first thing that I want to know, tell us about this musical festival that you came in for.
So the musical festival started last year when we're celebrating 100 years of Ezekiel Gotse. That's when it started. So this year was the second year. So it's all about celebration and celebrating the legacy.
Nice.
What the man of God, the founder of Zioja Forward in Faith, went through, and the good things that we have experienced and that we continue to experience with his God.
Any big takeaways from this year's event?
Powerful testimonies of what the Lord continues to do in people's lives. Yeah.
So, who is Loveness?
So Loveness is a mother, a wife, and an entrepreneur. She's a public health practitioner by profession, with a lot of experience in the healthcare industry. And I think in a nutshell, and I'm also a philanthropist. Yes.
So you're a mother?
Yes.
All good. Now there's this healthcare and all. Where does your inspiration come from?
My inspiration comes from, when it comes to music, my inspiration comes from God. I believe it's a calling and just my upbringing and everything, what the Lord continues to do in my life and my children's life, in our marriage, in our family.
So I'm trying to see the balance here.
Yeah.
You're a mom.
Yeah.
You also go to work.
Yeah.
And you're a strong believer in the Bible. If you go to Matthew, it talks about go ye therefore.
Yes.
And how do you balance? Because going into the world, trying to look at the people out there, trying to bring them to God. You also have got a family. You also need to go to work. And how do you balance all this?
Yeah, it is only it is only by His grace. Yeah, but in terms of balancing, what I do is when it's family time, it's family time. When it's music, it's music. When it's work, it's work. When it's so I've got a schedule of how I do my stuff. So like right now, I'm in Zimbabwe. My family is in England. I'm with my husband here, the children are there, and we are here to do a couple of things. So I've got a schedule for how, I do my stuff. But above all, it is only by the grace of God. So I just try to organize myself. What I can do, I can do. What I cannot do, I cannot do.
Is your husband also musical?
How
much support do you get? Because you're saying, I'm here with the husband. Is he also musical?
There is a statement that says, in every successful man, there is a woman behind. But I'll tell you, in every successful woman, there is also a man behind. And I'm grateful that I've got that supportive man in my life. He's very supportive when it comes to my music. Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm just going to keep it on the Bible. In Isaiah, God talks to us about, your ways are not my ways.
Yes.
Your thoughts are not my thoughts.
Yes.
Because we look at us as a people.
Yeah.
You want to come and minister, you see me, you have seen a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you've got a powerful voice that you've got.
Thank you. Thank you.
You sing and you draw people to God.
Thank you.
But obviously, as a people, what are some of the things that you grapple with, trying to lure souls to God? What are some of the things that you say, okay, this has been a hindrance? Because we are people, we're driven by fleshly desires and all that. What are some of the things that you've been grappling with?
Okay, I believe that God has called me to do His work. But I think it was a matter of just balancing the two. When you want to do something, you want to go out and go to other shows which are not gospel shows, and then a voice inside you tells you, no, you can't go there because I have chosen you, I have separated you, remove yourself from there. So I think it's those things where you have to be, very, very, very careful, in that I had to be very careful as well, so that I separate myself from any other things, and then I focus on what God has called me to do.
I know now we want to focus on your music,
Yes.
but just touching on what you have just spoken about.
Yeah.
So as a gospel artist,
Yeah.
do you also listen to secular music?
I do, here and there, to be honest. I do, yeah.
So, music industry in the UK, because when you look at the UK, we think of big names and then all
Yeah.
that. How is this gospel industry there vis-a-vis the music that you are doing?
In England?
Yes.
I think right now in England we are on the rise when it comes to gospel music than before. I think God has been raising so many ministers, so many gospel musicians than before, and I think it's a season, or it's a time that is happening. And also I think what we as gospel musicians in United Kingdom, we are trying to come back home as Zimbabweans to make sure that our music as well relates with our Zimbabwean culture, our origins. In as much as we are in United Kingdom, we are Zimbabweans. So we always want to go back to our roots, and anything that we do has to be related to our roots.
We're talking to songstress Loveness Mukutiwe here. She flew in from the UK and the country last Thursday for the Zioja Music Festival, known as the Legacy National Music Festival. It was held on Friday. So let's talk about your music now.
Yeah.
Because we've seen visuals for songs such as You Are Great,
Yeah.
Munozadzisa, featuring Nyasha Mutonori.
Yes.
And talk to us about how your latest project is going.
Okay, my latest project, which I think the one is Monoshamisa, which I recorded when I came to Zimbabwe in some time around May. Yeah, Monoshamisa, it was just about, the goodness of the Lord. I was just going through a season, like work-wise and everything, and what we saw was the hand of God. So Monoshamisa, you are a wonder-working miracle, God. So God had to give us a breakthrough. Something happened that was amazing, and we had to give all the glory to God. So that's our latest project, which is Monoshamisa. It was just proclaiming the goodness of the Lord and how wonderful and amazing He is.
And this collab that you did with Nyasha Mutonori,
Yes.
and how was that collaboration?
It was really good. We just did it on a one-day recording. It was just a one-day recording. That's it, and then we had to do the visuals on another day.
How do you do these collaborations? Do you just call someone?
No.
So I've got, the song that I want us to do, or I had a revelation last night.
So
how do you do it?
So when it comes to that song, to be specific, we met, me and Nyasha. They came to our house, and the moment they stepped in, and then we said, let's do a song. It was literally like that. And the song that God gave us, I do the verse and she did the other verse. And it was right there for us with everything that we had gone through. So it was only about talking about the goodness of the Lord. So like myself, when it comes to writing, I get inspired. It depends. Sometimes I just started, like a chorus when I'm driving. I don't dream of songs, by the way.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't.
I've heard a lot of artists
people
say,
dream.
No, I
yeah,
dream.
but
I then wake up. I write.
No, I don't. So for me, either I'm driving or I'm doing something. I'm in the plane, and I'm just thinking of the goodness of the Lord. That's when something just pops in. Yeah.
Nice. So 2025, what's in store?
We have Moment of Worship 2025. This was a vision that God gave me sometime during COVID. So we did the Moment of Worship 1, it was during lockdown. And then we did Moment of Worship 2, and then we did 3 last year, March. So this year we did not do anything. And then 2025, March.
I know we're social creatures, people are all over social media.
Yes.
Where can people find you?
Loveness Mukutiwe on Facebook, Loveness Mukutiwe on YouTube, Loveness Mukutiwe 1 on Instagram, and then Loveness Mukutiwe on Twitter and Spotify.
Loveness Mukutiwe, thank you so much for coming through to the
Thank
studio.
you. Thank you.
I'm sure we'll continuously be blessed in 2025 with your
Thank you
music.
so much.
And we'll get a lot of inspiration. I would have wanted to ask you to sing, but we're going to do one better. We are going to play out with one of your songs
Okay.
so people can actually be blessed this morning. But that's it for
you.
Morning Rush this awesome Tuesday. And yeah, thanks so much to Loveness, and also thanks on behalf of Mr. Teach, who has since gone out. Let's do this again tomorrow.
Konapo ipapo ba ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.